Welcome to the Justin Hamilton podcast. Today, welcoming back author Garth Jones, and we are going to be talking about the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, One Battle After Another. It was one of those podcasts that we were going to record immediately, and then it felt like there was a lot of people jumping in and giving their opinions, and we thought, well, why don't we just wait a week? Just sit on it. We were both hoping to see it again before we recorded this podcast, but I unfortunately ran out of time. But Garth got to see it a second time, and so we had an opportunity to dig into it a little bit more and just kind of let the dust settle. There seemed to be a lot of people saying it's the best movie of the past decade, which sure, I guess maybe feels a bit too soon to be making that kind of statement. But then, because it was getting such good reviews, then you start seeing people come in and give the criticism of what the film does and doesn't get right. So, you just kind of sometimes want to settle and not have to have an opinion ASAP. Just let it simmer. Just have a little think before you start talking about stuff. So that's why we are recorded this today and have it to you ASAP from that standpoint. Before we get into it, a big shout out to our sponsors, Wonder Pies. Yes, this show has a sponsor, and Wonder Pies came on board, and it was great because I was already eating their product before they suggested that they might like to help out. If you go to their website, wonderpies.com.au, there is a broad range of delicious food choices that you can make. Pies, rolls, pasties, quiches, family pies, croquettes, pithivias, sweets, all sorts of things. And if you are like me, a vegetarian or possibly even a vegan, there are options for you as well. So keep an eye out for them. Go to their website if you would like to have packs of 12, etc., delivered to you. Or if you're in Victoria, you can find their outlets and go in and get a coffee and have a delicious pie. So thank you to Wonder Pies for being a sponsor of this podcast. Yes, you know what? Why don't we just get into the discussion of this film, and then when we're done, I'll come back and I will uh, keep you up to date with some other things that are going on. So for now, let's welcome in Garth Jones. Possibly the film of the year, depending on who you're talking to. Although I have started to see a little bit of pushback. This is what happens when a movie hits hard. One battle after another. Garth, when it comes to Paul Thomas Anderson, how much of a fan are you? What has been your previous favourite films of his, and where would you rate this one?
Oh, look, I got on. Well, I didn't quite get on it right at the start, but I think I saw Boogie Nights in '97.
Mhm.
Not much for Heather Graham and the roller skates, but more so, obviously.
Yeah.
Auteur. I think I saw Hard Eight not much longer after that.
Yeah.
I think I've pretty much seen everything in sequence, barring Punch Drunk Love since then.
Yeah.
And I think this is shot pretty much straight to the top of the leaderboard. We watched Licorice Pizza last week, which was
Hmm.
also um, I mean, that one was really harking back to the old Boogie Nights vibes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm a big fan of that film. It kind of cops a little bit of criticism, but I think it was funny. I read a review where someone was saying it was they were praising this film, and they were saying the last one was self-indulgent. And it's like all films self-indulgent, like it's
yeah,
you, like it's literally you indulging your interests. And I don't know. I found Licorice Pizza to be a breath of fresh air.
pretty delightful. Although unluckily, Mum won't listen to this podcast, but she said after, so was that a bit of social commentary or what?
Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, yeah.
On what?
Oh, I guess all sorts of stuff,
Right. Oh, just
hard,
in general.
just in general. Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
blanket social commentary.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I guess it is.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think. I mean, I've seen One Battle twice now. Saw a
Yeah,
second last night, and I mean, it just rips along. It's just, out of his filmography, it's probably the most Sam Peckinpah inspired
yeah,
sort sort of neo-net Western satire. Like, it just runs the gamut. It's just fantastic. I really was pumped to finally
yeah,
see something that good in a cinema this
yeah.
year.
Yeah, I think people are forgetting there's been lots of good movies this year. That would be my one pushback of with the people raving about this film saying it's the best film in the last decade, and it's like I'm not sure it's the best film this year. Like I'm not saying it isn't the best film of the year, but what have I seen? I loved Sentimental Value, which was the new Joachim Trier film.
What else that
Uh,
is the best American film, probably.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Put that caveat,
like,
maybe with Eddington and a couple of others in the zone as well.
mate, I think Sinners is a flat out masterpiece, and it's interesting that you bring up Eddington because these two films, even though they're not one for ones, do feel like they're in conversation with each other. If anything, I think One Battle After Another is the better film, but I think I probably agree politically with Eddington more, and that deep, dark cynicism of everything is fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the one battle's like the father has to have the father-daughter optimism too buried in
Yeah,
there. So then,
yeah.
yeah, Eddington just going straight down the hole into where
Yeah,
misery,
indeed. To yeah,
torment.
to complete despair. Whereas this one does have a level of optimism that you know, there is a reading of it that Gen X did its best and then got you know got pretty disappointed by the results, and now it's time for a new generation to kick in.
Yeah, and I mean, who can go past the lifestyle that Bob Pat eventually
Mate,
is into?
it really is the Big Lebowski has a daughter and ends up on a serious adventure.
I mean, yeah, and I mean Jeffrey Lebowski too was he was a revolutionary. He was a member of the
Yeah,
Seattle Seven. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
flip side.
Mate, it's all they could all be a part of one universe. I thought we
At
could
least get it
go.
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think we can go through this in sequential order. So, if anyone, we've deliberately waited a little bit so people could have seen the film. But if you still haven't seen it and you don't want anything ruined, then I would probably suggest jumping out now. But the film begins with Pat Calhoun and Perfidia Beverly Hills, who are members of the far left revolutionary group, the French 75, and they're breaking out detained immigrants from a detention center in California. And it's interesting that that's a pretty confronting opening scene. But when Perfidia discovers Stephen Lockjaw, played by uh, Sean Penn, um, she she humiliates him sexually, and the fact that he's running around that the rest of that scene with a massive heart on is pretty much sets the tone for where this film is going, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, what's interesting too about that scene is the maths sort of play out that it was happening during Obama's first year
Yeah. Would it,
presidency.
is that right, or would it be because if the daughter's 15 and is the movie now does everything take place in 2025?
I mean, the time frame is pretty murky. I mean, in terms of, probably a little bit,
Yeah.
but like if you're sort of playing it literally, I think it's sort of a
Yeah.
little that sort of sense of, just the sort of that softballing in the politics around, well, this was still happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
The current, shit show. This is
Yeah.
immigration policy. Um, but yeah, the tone definitely sort of it's knife edge, isn't it? Massive boners,
Yeah.
rescue children from immigration facilities.
Yeah.
Um, that interesting sort of that interplay where he's obviously a white supremacist asshole
Yeah.
who found out he likes being humiliated by strong black women, uh,
Yeah.
and how that plays out through the rest of the film.
Yeah, yeah, his absolute inability to uh, just Tiana Taylor, who plays Perfidious, is she has a charisma and an energy that is undeniable on the big screen, and you can see why. You can see why Sean Penn is obsessed with her. You can see why DiCaprio falls for her, and you can see why everyone kind of is caught in her orbit as to what's going down. It's interesting, isn't it, that DiCaprio's character is he's lower status all the way through the film, which is kind of fun watching DiCaprio play that.
Well, he's sort of going for he's doing that phase, isn't he, in his career where he's playing the slightly behind the eight ball guy who's dragged through events or,
Yeah,
in some senses, Killers of the Flower Moon a lot more sinister, his actions, but still sort of, being led by the nose in a lot of senses.
yeah.
Uh,
Once upon a time in Hollywood, like he's
yep,
a fucking idiot.
yep. And he's
Yeah,
pretty great at it.
yeah,
And yeah, we might talk about his politics later out in the outside world. But yeah, his performances, yeah, definitely sort of swinging in that direction in the sort of, he's got that Jack Nicholson vibe going on a bit, less probably a little bit less predatory, but yeah, in the Jeff Bridges zone as well. Um,
yeah.
but
The Sean Penn as well. This is by far um, the most enjoyable performance I've seen from him. And like I like him in Licorice Pizza, but it's such a small cameo.
yeah,
To see him playing this guy who's quite clearly wearing shirts that are too tight and lifts and the way he carries himself.
ripped.
Sorry,
He's ripped.
he's ripped. Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
plus-year-old man who's he's vascular.
mate. He is. He looks like he's got that Roy Scheider leather veiny uh, old school seen too much sun in the 70s
Yes.
fitness.
I was trying to place him how old he is now, thinking back to like I think the last thing I watched of his was U-Turn from Old
Ah,
Time, like
yeah,
with Jennifer Lopez.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like what nearly 30 years ago now, that film. But yeah, he's definitely been out in the sun for that entire time.
Yeah, he really looks like he's leathered up. Interesting with the French 75. Okay, they're a revolutionary group. What are they doing?
um,
It's pretty broad, isn't it? Like this isn't a
celebrating
criticism.
things that
Yeah,
they've got some, some broad like Viva la Resistance sort of like, vibe happening. And what are
yeah,
they on the weathermen? So, blow the occasional thing up. But yeah, I'm not sure how it works exactly. Because collateral damage from some of those buildings though, you know, exiting,
yeah,
seem, pretty terrifying.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, surprised they got
Um,
death at that stage, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny because afterwards I was thinking, what is it that they're actually uh, doing in particular? I got the broad strokes of it,
Yeah.
but it's interesting. Like the first 40 minutes of this film is almost like a prologue,
Yeah.
half hour, however long it is.
Well, just on
Uh,
the, I guess what I'd say is what would play out later as well is the sense of like cosplay between the two factions. The revolutionaries doing the dress ups, doing the sloganeering, maybe
yeah,
not, and then we get to sort of like Lockjaw's private army later on,
yeah,
obviously echoing everything that's happening in the States right now, and God knows how
right,
they'll manage to be that sort of prescient. But
yeah,
those guys are definitely weekend warrior sort of dress up agents in that sort of sense as well.
yeah,
So you've got the
yeah.
actions are sort of just playing at being uh, the respective roles, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy that this film's been, he's been working on the screenplay for a couple of decades,
Yeah,
basically. And then, they would have finished filming at the beginning of last year or
yeah,
something like that. Um, and it really is Sean Penn and his gaggle of arseholes is really feels like it's ripped straight from the headlines with ICE
yeah,
and the way they're carrying on. Like I saw that footage on the weekend of a woman and guy just talking to these agents in Portland, Oregon, and then some guy just fucking pulling out the pepper spray,
yeah,
and it was like it. It wasn't small. It was like an industrial hose, just straight into this woman's face. eyes open, mouth open while talking, straight into the other guy's face.
Yep.
Both of them had to be raced to hospital for medical attention. It's. I wonder if in crafting this film, maybe this initially felt more like high-end comedy, and now it's accidentally just become a reflection.
Yeah, I mean the novel that it's, I guess, loosely based on, sort of, I guess the film is talking about how there are cycles of this sort of violence as well, in terms of, Pinch
Mm,
novel was set in 1984, and it was talking about, the 60s revolutionary
mm,
being burnt out.
mm.
You know, and touch wood, Trump's goons haven't managed to kill anyone yet, but in the 60s, on campus, kids getting shot by the,
Yeah,
US military as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, speaking to that sort of, the stuff, obviously why you'd log on to any social media now is sort of for your own mental health is, well beyond the question. I saw
yeah,
a single guy just, talking to an ICE agent, just saying, what are you doing? And then three of them just come up and drop him on his head.
yeah.
Just empowering goons to behave like they're behaving. Yeah, it's shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's also anyone who signs up for that is just not a good person. Like
No,
they've never been a good person, and they're uh, obviously emotionally unstable. And because if you were stable, you wouldn't feel a need to do this,
no,
you
no.
know.
It's
And
about
it's
trip, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, and it always all of these Nazis and these dumbass fucking ICE agents and all of these useless motherfuckers is that what's fascinating about them is that they act tough, but they're all afraid. Like if if a transgender Asian woman walks past my apartment, I I wouldn't even notice her.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? But they'll notice her and be like, "Well, what are they? What are we going to do to stop this?" Like, if
It's
you're
like,
really comfortable with yourself, you don't give a shit.
well, I think, part of the whole situation, the issue is, that for years the American right have been going, well, luckily, we've all got guns, so when the tyranny hits the streets, we'll be able to fight back.
Yeah,
And what do you know? We sort
yeah.
of like
Here we
it.
go.
We sort of like it. And can I
Yeah,
get a mask and flak jacket from Walmart, and I'll just turn up to and start harassing people. Uh,
yeah,
the pushback doesn't exist, and then you see I mean, the Democrats, live streaming their, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna podcast till they reopen the government, with 300 views or something like that. It's like, well, there's no
no.
resistance whatsoever to this.
As people who have heard the podcast with Dave Anthony can attest, the Democrats need to tear it down and become a new party, but that's never going to happen.
They need Perfidia.
Well, I don't know. She seems to
Don't hint
when
enough to.
yeah, yeah. Well, there's that really interesting scene in the film where uh Lockjaw actually catches Perfidia about to plant a bomb, but lets her go if she agrees to have sex with him at a motel. And it's such a funny scene because he's he's one of those guys that uh, they did a poll in the States where the highest percentage of people who look at transgender porn is right wing
Oh, yeah,
Republicans.
yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely watching if he can get his hands on it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the list of mania he's got going on. He's phenomenal. And
Yeah.
last night, rewatching, I got Big Hair Star vibes too, so, from Preacher. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
lives in that same universe in terms of doomed to fail, but and
Yeah.
has the full roll call of interests and quirks that go with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfidia ends up giving birth to a baby girl, Charlene, and it's funny Pat wanting to have a bit more of a domestic life, and Perfidia immediately pushing back against that, being, don't tell me what to do with my body. And it's like, well, I understand the argument, but you also have a baby.
Well, yeah, you're getting hammered firing machine guns pre
Yeah,
free birth also not on the list for the that the doctor's going to give you.
No,
No,
no.
not
So
recommended. Not recommended.
no, and it's you probably have a bit of baby brain after you've given birth, which is probably why everything goes pear-shaped in when they decide that they're going to rob that bank, and it's just gets way out of hand. It goes
Yeah.
from being something cool and performative to incredibly serious. Hell of a chase scene,
I was
isn't
about
it?
to say, who'd have thought Paul Thomas Anderson car chases would be a thing? Uh,
Yeah,
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 amazing car chases.
yeah.
Ronin-esque sort of stuff.
Yeah, even the shots from I'm guessing a drone or a helicopter or whatever above, and man, like she
It's got
must be super fit to do all that running.
there's a real sense of that sort of the 70s sort of paranoid conspiracy thriller in that section too of the film. Like
Yeah,
felt like Dog Day Afternoon or something like that. Those slow pullbacks from
yeah,
the drone. Yeah,
yeah,
and the VistaVision, cinematography, just giving that real grainy sense of like, just this is film. This is how
yeah.
it's be done. Yeah,
Well, that's kind of what apart from the few times you see mobile phones, that's kind of what gives it a. It could be the 70s, could be the
yeah,
80s. Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of got that timeless vibe, which I think is what you mentioned that Pynchon and Vineland is kind of getting to, which is that this all repeats
What
ad
was it?
nauseum.
One battle after another and another,
Yeah,
whether it's
yeah,
or it's revolution.
yeah, yeah. So Perfidia is captured, and Lockjaw arranges for her to avoid prison in exchange for information about the French 75, and she's put into witness protection. Man, seeing everyone get taken down,
Oh,
Alana Haim, geez, she wasn't in the
yeah.
movie for long.
I was about to say, yeah, and the witness protection he puts him into an interesting one because it sort of has an echo in his final scene.
Oh, yeah,
He stuck her in sort of this like vacuum of like suburban, like
yeah,
of imagination that's just going to like completely destroy who she is, and
yeah,
sort of his dream for himself as well. That he gets briefly.
right. But it's wild that he turns up with, flowers and everything like, oh, now we can finally be together. And,
Yeah, battering ram.
mate, so
That was,
funny.
and there's the thing
So,
is I saw it for the first time in a cinema with two other people, and
right,
it was the classic. Well, do I laugh? Do I?
right.
Is anyone else finding this as funny as I am? No,
Yeah,
but last night it was a fairly packed house, I guess it was Tuesday, so it was half
yeah.
price. But yeah, good numbers and actual like engagement with it. Yeah, like the battering ram was the first one that got a really good laugh.
Oh, right. Yeah, funny. I was lucky. I saw it. I saw it with a packed out
Yeah, good.
preview, so you could get tickets the day before it opened
Yeah,
officially, and so therefore it was just full of true believers who,
right.
as soon as he stood up with a heart on, everyone was, oh yeah, we get where the sense of humor is here. Um, so. Our Pat and Charlene are forced to go into hiding as Bob and Willow Ferguson. Perfidia escapes and flees to Mexico. And then it's suddenly 16 years later. And
Steely Dan time.
Steely Dan time. So funny. Just so funny. Um, you know, Bob is a paranoid drug addict. He's overprotective of his daughter, who is spirited, but possibly because she's been really protected, is also a little bit naive
Hmm.
to the issues that are going on. All of that stuff with him trying to desperately relate to her friends and be cool, but be in charge was all pitch perfect.
Yep, comedy gold. Yeah, the essays, the
Yeah,
the gringos. Yeah, just amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
The insistence on taking the beeper so he can find her, but also, getting confused about pronouns, but also not afraid to, you know, just be the man of the house and really lay down some law. All
Mildly
of it was
racist.
great,
Yep.
just mildly,
Yep, just
just
generationally out of step with what's going
just
on. Just
so great.
a little bit ripped, a little bit trying to do the
Yeah,
thing. I'm
yeah,
parenting.
It's so great. And while that's all been happening, Lockjaw is has become a prominent figure in the US security agencies and is invited to join the Christmas Adventurers Club, which is a secret society of far right white supremacists, which is fantastic. They are, I could have, like, if we got an offshoot of those guys in a TV series or whatever, that I would watch that as well. I hated them so much, but I found
Just hanging
them,
out in the lair, just hanging out in the lair,
yeah.
like pulling strings and
Well, just trying to see
being
what they're
freaks.
doing
Yeah,
and being kind of good but kind of useless at it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, that amazing transition from the pancake conversation in the kitchen to the underground labyrinth.
Yeah,
Lots of those spaces in the movie where you sort of, you see what's going on behind the scenes. Uh,
yeah.
the secret world of, white supremacist organized networks, and then, the countercultural,
Ah,
honey, the webs and like tunnels that they've got set up to.
yeah.
Yeah, it's it's a really interesting sort of insight.
And the guy that's in charge can probably doesn't get through a day without accidentally having a little leakage three times, and has a little 50-cent piece on his underwear.
Ah,
It's just,
and
you
just
know,
the pure evil, just emanating from him in his,
yeah,
strange love sort of wheelchair. And
yeah, yes, that's what it was, mate. That's I was thinking of Kubrick at
yeah,
that point as well. And also, these people that would look down their noses on everything from liking Lord of the Rings to, Dungeons and Dragons to video games or whatever. And then their weird ass little Christmas adventurers club.
Hail Nick,
So gross. It's so funny. Um,
the
but of
polo
course, mate, of course,
Lacoste.
uh, our guy is Colonel Lockjaw is possibly going to be brought in, but of course this sets up a whole issue where he's got to cover up his interracial relationship, which the club forbids. So he hires an Indigenous bounty hunter, Avante Q, great name,
Great names. And
to yeah, it's so funny. And then that sends out a distress signal to the remaining French 75. Um, and, when they head into the Bacton Cross to find Bob and Willow, all of that stuff is, once again, quite scary. But the way he films it, all that stuff is really thrilling. The guys on skateboards, uh, riding through the streets. We start to get a lot of Benicio del
I
Toro
was going
here.
to mention Benicio and just his amazingly zen Sergio.
So good.
Yeah, just he's I guess it becomes a buddy comedy to some extent then as well, because
Yeah,
he's very very put together,
yeah,
unflattered in the face of all of this. What does he say? We've been under siege for centuries. And
yeah,
uh well, Leo's
yeah,
panicking, trying to charge his phone, falling out of
mate.
trees, getting tased.
Well, first of all, DiCaprio just trying to get his phone charged, it was never not funny. Like, just constantly looking for a plug, putting it in, having to take it out.
Told
Just
off
all of
again.
that was great. Him falling on the floor and rolling across because he thinks the cops are going to see him. All of that is great. But the moment where Del Toro sends him up to the roof with his younger members of his group,
The parkour.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not overacted,
Mm.
but because that scene could have been a bit too much played for laughs early on with him, DiCaprio trying to keep
Yes.
up. It's done. The others are so smooth that DiCaprio can just play it for normal, and you still think, fuck, how's he going to keep up with these guys? And when he misses that jump, hits every branch in the tree, hits the ground, looks a bit stunned, moves to his left, runs to his right, gets tasered, goes rigid and drops. Like, that's Buster Keaton stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he is so
Yeah.
funny in that moment. And it's not something that I've ever really thought of DiCaprio as like I know he's a great actor, but I've never thought of him as being able to do something as
So,
broadly funny and physical as this.
yeah, I thought the same thing last night when the rooftop was underplayed. Because you could imagine, just him flagging and just being a complete mess, trying to
Yeah,
keep up with these kids. But yeah, it definitely was that performance really shone there.
yeah.
Yeah, the comedy chops. I think I read somewhere that someone was talking about the Spielberg film Catch Me If You Can.
Oh
Probably
yeah, yeah,
one of the last things he's done that's got that sort of physical performance comedy wise.
yeah,
But yeah, that's
yeah,
20 odd years ago, 25 years.
yeah. That seems right. I do love that film actually.
Yeah.
That's one of those uh and that's one of those films that when you talk about Spielberg movies that you love, and then you remember that as a last second thing, but you realize that it
Yes.
should be in the top tier or at least second.
Yeah.
That's an underrated film. He's great in that as well. Another movie where he's pretending to be DC comic book characters when confronted, which is very funny.
Yes.
Um, I also love the character of Deandra, who manages to pick up Willow and takes her to the convent of revolutionary nuns. All of that's great.
Yeah, she's
Well,
amazing. Like, just the amount of empathy that she conveys and just the sadness of how this has all gone.
yeah, yeah, and everyone, it's Perfidia did the dirty on them as far as they're concerned.
Yep. She's a baby rat.
So
Yeah, those things.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's there's nothing clear cut about any of the characters, which is something that I really enjoy. Lockshaw finally catching up with Willow and forcing her to test the DNA is, and then realizing he's going to have to kill her instead of
Mhm.
freeing her. Um, for a scene that's pretty full on and quite, uh, the ramifications are quite scary. Also, really funny. Like when she says, "Why do you wear your t-shirt so tight?" and
Pink lips.
he's immediately like, "I'm not gay." And it's like, whoa, all right, buddy.
Who cuts your hair, dude? Who cuts your hair?
Like, it's so. As I said, the ramifications are
Oh, yeah, I
dire.
mean, and just the basis of the entire scene being that, he needs to sort of, ensure that there's no question about his white supremacy. I mean,
Mm,
I hadn't, watching the film the first time, I was watching, in terms of the plot, the setups and the pacing of the thing, like it really is relentless. Like
yeah,
the editing is so amazing in the sense that it drags you through, and it's nearly a 3 hour film.
yeah,
Just goes, in the blink of an eye. But really, the plot is pretty simple when it comes down to it. Once he gets the call to action, it's just to like get into this shitty group
yeah,
and just kill the kid.
yeah,
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 at the end of and Bob trying his best to protect his daughter
yeah,
and being completely inept at it, but
yeah,
his love sort of tracking in on her, and sort of having that sort of that sense that he's not going to give up on his kid. His not actual biological child.
yeah.
He's still been a father to her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Bob's useless, but Bob's pure in
Yeah.
in a way, and
Asshole saying, "Oh, look, we're playing childhood games. All catching up all the games we didn't play when we, and just menacing this poor kid."
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's and it also kind of goes to show that it doesn't necessarily mean, it's nature versus nurture,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
obviously, um, everything that Bob has done has been, even if he's been annoying, at least he's been loving at all
yes,
times, which is
yes.
something that is important towards the end. Um, I love that Avanti takes Willow to the far right militia and then just kind of looks around and goes, "Nah, I'm not leaving this girl here." And then,
Yes,
that
yeah,
becomes an action scene. And she immediately is, uh, Willow is definitely her mum's daughter because she's handy at, you know,
yeah. I wonder how much over that 16 years, Bob has sort of transitioned from being the revolutionary to that point, because obviously he's got her in karate lessons.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely she can hold a gun.
Yeah.
There's been a level of training as he's sort of, not devolved, gone off and had his other interests, uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
getting the passwords and losing track of the
Mate,
handbook.
all the password stuff is fantastic, and then by the time it gets
The call
to
center.
finally getting the older revolutionary who says, "Look, I'm going to say something that you are definitely going to remember," and then that pause and he Mexican hairless like is just he can't remember the time, but he can remember that.
I saw someone else commenting they wonder what sort of conversations Paul Thomas Anderson and Maya Rudolph, his partner, would have had.
Yeah,
Some of the language that gets used by Lockjaw, especially.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, like he's homed right in on the most disgusting aspects of that white supremacist language um,
yeah,
in the script. So
yeah. It's
interesting read.
hold that thought for a second. Let's just kind of get to the end where we've got Willow is being chased by Smith, who has been sent to the Christmas Adventurers Club. Doesn't want any relation to what's been going on, decides to take out Lockjaw, decides to take out the girl. We see Lockjaw get shot, and for the most part, I'm sure you were the same. Was like, oh well, there goes Sean Penn, and then later on when you see him walking down like the fucking Nazi Terminator, it
Yes.
was so funny.
A lot of
Um,
stuff, in terms of the visceral violence too, like all out of focus, or
mm,
it's not played for that real sort of shock value. Like all of the
mm,
major sort of violent moments, yeah, are sort of shot out of focus or transitioning into something else.
yeah.
Uh, so it's not that sort of constant sort of relentless graphic violence that someone probably a director that had less control of what they were doing would probably default to.
Yeah, 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 exactly. And it's when things happen, you feel like there's consequences. So the fact that he does somehow survive that, even though we see the ramifications of it,
Yes.
there is it is quite and also still funny. The chase scene, on the long stretch of road, and it's just kind of it's almost like the marathon version of Steve McQueen and Bullet, where
Yes.
that was all, that's all short up and downs, and this is
A long
uh
thing.
the yeah, it just stretches on and on and on. And once again, when she kind of like, it's interesting because this guy is a killer, so it's like, how is she going to get out of this? And her decision to uh just kind of park the car in the middle of the
Yep.
street just below the hill is so ingenious.
Yep.
And so when she takes that guy out, it it feels correct and it feels earned, rather than she pulls out some move that for some reason this trained killer wouldn't have seen coming. Like, this is literally something he does not see coming.
Oh, I mean, I've had that experience on like outback roads. Cows cross
Right.
over the top of a hill.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
moment of fuck is
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I started to sort of cotton on to what she was going to do once, probably the third of the fourth rise. It was like, well, there's one
Right.
way to end this. Uh,
Right.
but yeah, just such a, I mean, yeah, sort of like rising and falling waves. You can't see,
Yeah.
you lose track of where people are as you go. You've
Yeah.
got DiCaprio and his shitty sort of like souped up, lapping wagon that probably you'd see on Rundle Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got the cockroach paint finish. Got the
Yeah.
You can hear the rattle in the engine.
So funny, so good. And the scene where he reconnects, where she's obviously like, once again, she, she doesn't take this guy out and then acts like nothing happened. She's shaken by the
Yeah,
experience, to the extent that she's not sure how to think about Bob, and he has to just kind of talk her around and bring her down. And it's like their bond has never been stronger.
yeah.
Obviously her dad's a pain in the ass, paranoid idiot, but he's also been mildly correct.
Oh, it's solid. I
So
mean, I think the scene towards the beginning that where he visits the teacher gets, tokes up in the car.
yeah,
ineffectively sort of like wafts it out, and
Yeah,
then bursts into tears when the teacher tells him, how capable his daughter is. It's
yeah, yeah.
perfect for the character.
So good. Um, so then, it ends up we see Lockjaw finally getting admitting to being also being raped by an African American woman who wanted demon seed
Yeah,
is
yeah,
wild.
the semen demon.
Semen demon, that's right. Yeah,
What
wild.
a great line.
Just, I'd love to know how many shots scenes that took
I mean,
because it's
just
dry. It's so dry.
yeah, yeah.
There's no
The
hint
milk,
of humor.
what was it? Milk me for my power. I
Yeah,
think it was. Yeah,
and
just
there
like
he is with the mangled face and
I mean, yeah, and it's back to sort of Kubrick again. Like your masculine essence being drained and all those sorts of things.
yeah,
From Doctor Strangelove.
yeah,
They're playing in that same sort of wheelhouse of like, look how fucking ridiculous these
yeah,
numbers are, and all the ritual and all the beliefs are just absolutely laughable,
yeah,
and they're all
eh,
playing this little sort of game of dress ups, or in the
yeah.
clubhouse.
And now these new age Nazis are just
Yeah,
going back to what they do well. You
yeah,
gas someone and then you cremate them.
yeah.
Fuck, wild.
It's
Just yeah. And then
payoff for that office is just so deflating that that's the dream of
yeah.
the Fourth Reich, is to like have an office with a bit of a shitty view and a chair from IKEA that you can sit in.
Well, it's like what we talked about with Andor, where um, Tony Gilroy said that he's obsessed with the mundaneness of what the meeting would have been
Mm.
to get the final solution rolling. And it's like, it's still happening. It's beige.
It's just
It's
technocratic nonsense.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And in the end, Bob gives Willow a letter from the mother, which kind of, uh, you know, lets Willow find some equilibrium. And then suddenly, she's off to join a protest in Oakland. And
just probably out
uh,
now. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, exactly.
leads into the real world. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's what I mean about this is weirdly the more optimistic version of Eddington, where Eddington just finishes in such a brutal, hilarious way. Like I think it's so funny. Um, but this is, you still have a sense that the revolution will continue and
yeah.
people will continue to fight, and you just have to give them the tools and believe in them, and they'll carry on where certain generations have, hit their point of no return.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess the hopefulness is that no fascist has lasted that long in the span of history.
Right. Yeah.
That you're going to have probably at the precipice of a very bad time. Um,
Mm,
but that they can't hold on to that power because it's just, it's framed in such a ridiculously tenuous way.
yeah.
And there are more of us
Yeah.
in just how do herding the cats that are the left is the problem. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no one can fucking agree on anything. And that's sort of like, didn't manifest it too much in the French 75, but you could definitely see, if you're doing, the call center things, such a,
Well,
perfect metaphor for like just
yeah.
come on, guys, we know who this is. Let's not stand on procedure here. Like, let's get on with it.
Well,
Fight the power.
well, yeah, yeah. Or even the new guy on the phone doesn't know his history, so he doesn't know to probably just give Bob a pass on the fucking time, mate.
Yeah.
And that's like when
None of
I
it
was
have
saying,
nicknames.
yeah, I was saying on stage last week that there's so many people not to like at the moment, and the majority, even the people that you agree with, like like I've had vegetarians bang on to me to such an extent I've wanted to eat a steak in front of them and fuck a dog, just to shut up. And I love pets, I love animals, but it's
Watch
like, oh,
That's the vegans are the big one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's like,
No, it's
mate,
vegan.
mate, I've been a true believer before you decided not to engage with these things, and
Yeah.
that guy on the phone not accepting the time was just, yep, yep. I know versions of that guy. So interestingly, the movie came out to uh, pretty much unimpeachable reviews. People saying it's the best of the decade. Um, you know, uh, People quick to anoint it as the most important film that's been made in the last 10 years. And so I was curious to go and read some other people's
Yeah.
reviews and some criticisms. There's been some stuff where some African American women have criticized the film for not really giving much depth to those characters in the movie, and that the revolution is pretty. The revolutionary group is kind of a little bit shallow in what its intentions are and what it's ultimately trying to achieve. But what I found absolutely fascinating in all of these reviews, and like maybe they're correct in some of these flaws that they're
Mhm.
focusing on and picking out. But what I found that all of the reviews had in common was none of them said the film was funny. And I reckon my guess is if you're not on board with the sense of humor, a lot of it will bypass you.
Potentially, yeah. Where were these reviews? Where'd you find them?
A couple on Substack, and yeah, they were well written, well
Yep.
thought through. Um, but yeah, none of them sort of said, like, it was funny, oh, this made me laugh. No, and I think if you miss the sense of humor, then
Yeah,
and then you're missing an important part of the movie.
I feel like Substack sort of is getting into that zone. Well, has probably been in the zone for quite a while too. Of like, it is like contrarianism for the sake of contrarianism, and a little bit of clickbaiting. Oh, this is huge, is it? Well, let me tell you why it sucks. Or,
Mm,
um, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely the sense of humor that you've got to lock into to get on board. Uh,
mm.
it's and yeah, and that was why it was initially because the marketing was interesting too. It sort of zigged and zagged a bit, and I didn't
I don't think
hon-
the marketing was good.
when I first saw the trailers, I was like, do I want to see this?
Mm,
Really? And the same for the poster camp. The poster campaign sort of not that great. Could have
yeah,
could have sort of lent into sort of like the vibe, the 70s sort of vibe a lot more. And, in Australia and New Zealand, I guess too, we got just the big heads poster.
yeah.
And there are a couple of more interesting marketing sort of takes on that. But yeah, the trailers sort of tried to sort of sell it as just as a straight up action movie for a while. Um,
Yeah, the first trailer was good, and then the second trailer was not great. It's not doing fantastically at the box office. Like I think it's up to 103 million worldwide.
yeah,
But the movie costs 130, 140, which means it probably has to make 300 to break
yeah.
even.
It's pretty astounding that that's what a movie this size costs now. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm guessing it was all made in the States too, so because you can't really swap out that geography
yeah,
for other landscapes. So you're sort of,
yeah.
stuck in that. And that's why Trump's going to have tariffs on any film coming, from made internationally. How are we going to do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
But yeah, it was filmed in America. You can guarantee that. And it cost a fuckload more because it was.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I just I once again drawing a parallel with Eddington. Everyone that I spoke to who didn't enjoy Eddington never mentioned that it was funny.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
Yeah, like they just didn't find it funny at all. Like they didn't
Right.
find it like when you'd point out um, the misspelling of your on his car, they'd
Yep.
go, "Yeah, I saw that." It's like, well,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Like this,
Were you on the internet during COVID? Did you see them?
yeah. and just like if you're not going to find the misspelling of words on a car
Yeah,
funny, then a lot of it's just going to fly over your head.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. Um, Now I'm wondering, I'm having this because like it's sort of been a parallel narrative with this film has been like Leonardo DiCaprio's personal life
Right.
and showing up at Jeff Bezos's wedding
Yeah.
and photos of him with like Netanyahu and do how do you separate the two now? The more we know about the people who star in our films and like make our music, and then we're like,
I think it's just on a case by case.
yeah,
Like I don't have a blanket rule for this.
mm,
Hey, Woody Allen probably seems like not a good guy. Guess
yeah,
what? I'm
yeah,
sorry. I think some of his movies are masterpieces, and I watch them and I still enjoy them. Turns out Michael Jackson's probably wasn't a cool guy.
that
Yeah,
feels net.
I'm sorry. Billie Jean's a fucking banger of a song, and I like that song.
Feels
Bill Cosby's a bad guy, but I can't watch Bill Cosby. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
it's
I think it's I guess
there's no right or wrong.
wrong.
It's
Yeah,
just game. It's uh, case by
by
case.
case. Yeah, yeah. I think just this one in the present moment, when we're seeing what's happening, in Gaza, and we're constantly you know, that is at the forefront of what we're talking about. And, then you see that he's like, investing in like a hotel in Israel and, you're sort of doing that sort of mental gymnastics. Because I know a lot of people won't see this because of that.
Right.
Or a lot of
Yeah,
people,
and
yeah.
fair enough.
But yeah, I'm not strong enough. It's like it's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, well, also, like, who gives a fuck? Like, if someone doesn't want to see the film because of those principles, that's
Yeah,
fucking great. Don't
yeah.
get on your high horse while you're fucking using your Apple phone and wearing your fucking Nikes and
I,
doing.
I just sit in an empty room and just cast judgment on everyone. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but that's what I mean. Like, it's
Yeah.
you know, suck shit every dumb motherfucker who loves the Harry Potter books who banged on to me about how I'm not allowed to like certain artists. Hey, how you going with Rowling? How you going?
Yeah.
Oh, has it hurt some of your memories? No. Oh, sad for you, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
well, that looks
I,
much I will never be reading.
yeah, but I just kind of believe it's up to the individual. Like I have no investment in DiCaprio as a person.
For sure.
Absolutely none. I could not tell you how little I know about him and how little I give a shit. Um, and to be honest, I've always thought he was a really good actor, but he, for the most part, doesn't doesn't really like he's not someone I go out of my way to see a Leonardo DiCaprio film. But having said that, he's been on a run of late that I've really enjoyed, so
Yeah.
I'll just enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, just seeing it's because every I guess that's the parasocial nature of every fucking thing now too, where if
Yeah.
you you do sort of everything piece is gonna like get in your face somewhere.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you sort of, oh, Christ, can I like him? Can I watch the film? Am I okay? Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, guess what? Heaps of people
yeah.
worked on the film.
That's right.
Heaps. It wasn't
Yeah.
just him. There were
Yeah.
heaps of other people as well.
And I mean, Chase Infinity, she's, apart from having the best name, amazing
I'm
fight. Uh, Del Toro's dance with the cops,
so good. It
just
was
a few
worth it.
small beers.
Regina Hall's great. Regina Hall's always great. You know, I'd never really seen Taylor in
I
stuff before, but I thought she was mesmerizing. You know,
was
I
gonna
don't like Sean Penn. And I reckon Sean Penn is one of those guys that I
hate him. It's painful.
probably,
Yeah.
well, I reckon I predominantly probably agree with him more than I don't
Yeah.
politically in that. And
But the way he
he's a
presents,
pain in the ass.
pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it comes down. I don't think you even have to make peace with it. I just reckon you go, yep, I'm fine. I can see that. Or no,
Yeah.
I'm out on that person.
Died a little bit inside when Eddie Van Halen got a mention though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What a moment, right?
Like he's the one good counter he's the one good police stooge, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's,
Um,
oh right, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. But other than that, is there anything that we've missed that you want to discuss about the film? Because I
I'm
love the soundtrack, by the way.
gonna say Johnny Greenwood's, soundtrack. I mean, it's pretty much just insistent throughout the entire film, barring I think
Yeah,
in the desert where it
yeah,
tapers out for a moment. But it's just the level of anxiety that it generates as we and just in concert with the editing, it just it's just like a relentless sort of narrative pace that they set
yeah.
soundtrack.
Man, it's interesting to listen to separately as well. Uh, like it's because it's actually quite sparse.
Yep.
You can be doing other things and have that
Just make it slightly
flavor.
more anxiety ridden as you go.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, fast
Um,
or fraught.
so are you placing this at the top of your PTA?
Uh, I I mean, I'd have to revisit it. I think it's been a while. I think it's on the cards now to go back and I mean, There Will Be Bloods, obviously,
Yeah,
right up there.
yeah.
Um,
I'm really fond of the Master.
yes, I was about to say The Master. Uh,
Yeah,
Inherent Vice has got a lot of the obviously the same quirks, being sort of
yeah.
from Pynchon as well.
So
Uh,
I need to re-see Inherent Vice because I saw that at a 10 a.m.
yeah,
Screening, and I think it was the wrong time of day to see the film.
I think I saw it at Cinema Nova in a similar state to the protagonist.
Yeah,
I'm not,
right,
you know, I'm not
right.
most reliable when it comes to.
Yeah. I need to go back to that.
I mean, it might just be a flat circle sort of thing. Like you can just alternate the number one every couple of weeks. I mean, there's no.
Yeah. Uh, I've always wanted to do a PTA run on this podcast, but it's funny. There's the people that are big fans, and but like, oh no, I can't do a podcast about it because I watch his movies too often. You go, oh okay, and
Right.
then there's some of my friends who really hate him.
Yeah.
But I think there is uh, there's some of these male directors get labeled the bro culture
Yeah.
stuff, and it's it's frustrating because it's invariably only a subsection, but that subsection's so damn loud.
I mean, I couldn't pigeonhole him. Like, Tarantino's got like his motifs and
Mm,
he's got the feet, but I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson's a lot more subtle in the way he moves, and there's
yeah,
no real way to pigeonhole him, and his needle drops aren't as in your face.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know where that criticism would really come from, I guess. Like,
PT, but
versus Magnolia versus,
yeah, but the thing is that PTA, Tarantino,
yeah,
Nolan, probably Scorsese. They're the
definitely.
directors that people who like to elevate themselves above everyone else,
Mm.
and that bro culture. And it's like, oh my God, it's really like I find it fucking annoying, and it's directors I invariably really
But
like.
still, I guess it's the film bro thing that
Yeah,
yeah, no time for it.
no, it's exhausting. It's too much.
Too much.
Um, but yes, I love this, and uh, it's definitely it's upper echelon uh, for PTA. It's upper echelon for this year,
Hmm.
and the DiCaprio performance is once again. Oh man, like I kind of want to say it's my favorite, but I'm just giving it a few weeks to let it
Yeah,
settle
yeah.
before I lock that in.
I mean, Rick
Uh,
Dalton, I really, have a lot of affection for too.
Mate, Rick Dalton is fucking great. He's so funny. But like if I'm just flicking through my favorite films of the year so far. I really enjoyed Weapons. Sentimental
Yep.
Value was right up there for me. Eddington was great. 28 Years Later was great. Uh, what else did I see? I saw Flow this year, but
Oh,
that was from last year. But I thought Flow was a masterpiece. That's honestly one of the best films I've seen.
yeah, that definitely qualifies. It's up there. Yep.
Yeah, Sinners, Warfare. Yeah, The Order. The Order was really good.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yep.
yeah, yeah. So I'm not quite ready to declare it's the best of the year, let alone the best of the decade. But I thought it's really good.
Yep. No, yeah, definitely see it on the biggest screen you possibly can too, if you haven't seen it already, or
Yeah,
if you're going to go back. Uh,
yeah,
Lots of IMAX, I think, available.
yeah, yeah. You want to? It's a movie that you can see and uh, you can feel it as well with those big ass speakers, especially once again the musical side of things.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely on the second viewing, I think I rated it, well, I gave it a letterboxed 5 anyway to begin with. But yeah,
Yeah,
probably about a 5.5, 6 on the second viewing.
yeah, right.
Really is propulsive. Once you're in the groove, um,
Yeah,
you're just having a really good time from the outset. Um,
yeah,
and it's just yeah, it's pure cinema. It's great.
yeah. Garth, where can people find you?
I'm at Past the Amel on Letterboxd, Blue Sky, Instagram. Website's Past the Amel. I'm currently biting down and putting my design portfolio back up
Yeah, right.
because yep, it's come to that point. I need to
Yeah,
play the coin. So if anyone
yeah,
needs anything done, you can look at pasttheamel.com/creative now. And there's a whole bunch of stuff worked from over the years, including lots of stuff with Hammo. I
yeah.
found the circular app. Um,
Oh, wow. Wow, I have to go back and
Lots of
look at that.
yeah, by all means, have a look and let me know if you want any design jobs done as well.
Far out. I feel like we were ahead of the curve on that show, and
That was
the
way too advanced for 2011.
way too advanced,
Yeah,
and just never contemplated that that was just back when everyone was starting to be on their phones during shows. And if you start a show by saying, "Hey, get your phone out," and you can be on this app while the show is on, everyone thinks it's a trick and won't get out their phones.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, going through a lot of yeah, always innovating, always at least a decade ahead of the curve to
Right.
everyone's detriment. Yep.
So funny. All right.
But you can
Thanks for that, mate.
yeah, you can definitely see a bit of a retrospective of the work I've done with Hammo too. So
Yeah, great. I'm going to go and check it out as well. See if there's something we can find and give it a new, fresh coat of
yeah,
paint.
totally.
All right. Thanks, mate.
Okay, take it easy.
Thank you to Garth Jones for joining me today and discovering, you know, new ways to be able to discuss this film now that the hype, I guess, was still being pretty hyped, but that initial onslaught of it's the best film ever. No, it's not. Sometimes you just have to ride that stuff out to find where you land. And look, I did love it. I did think it was great. And I'm looking forward to when I get to the end of the year. We are getting close to the end of the year, aren't we? I wonder where it'll sit. It's definitely top five. I know that, and I'll have a think about some of these other movies that I mentioned and see where it hits emotionally. Just before we go, some quick reminders. You can follow my writing over at Substack. You can access live stand up comedy shows and a bonus podcast over at Patreon. There's actually a new stand up show there, Stuff and Nonsense, that I uploaded recently. So you can access that, or you can purchase that separately. But if you would like to get access to all of the shows there and the podcasts and get cheap tickets to live shows that I produce, then you can find a tier that will suit you. But if you would like to find links to the Patreon, to the different social medias that I'm on, Instagram, stuff like that, or the Substack, head to my website, justinhamilton.com.au. Don't forget the .au, justinhamilton.com.au, and you will find all the links there. And you'll also find out what gigs I have coming up. I'm going to be, for people in Sydney, I'm going to be headlining Happy Endings on the 17th and 18th of October. Two shows a night, so you can. There's four times the opportunity to see me. There you go, maths. And then the week after that, I will be headlining the store. And then for Brisbane friends, I will be performing my first solo show in Brisbane in a decade on the 4th of December. That will be at Good Chat. So once again, head to justinhamilton.com.au and click on the gigs page, and you will find all of the gigs that are coming up to extra information, how to get tickets, all that kind of stuff. It's all there in the one tidy little spot. Is there anything else to discuss at this moment? No, we've got an interview with James Fosdyke coming up soon, which was very funny, and it'll be very funny for you to watch on video as well. I won't tell you why. It's just extremely funny, and yeah, some bits and pieces. But let's wait. Let's just keep it all nice and tidy for now. So, thank you very much for being someone who engages with this podcast. I appreciate you taking the time and effort to spend time with us. All right. Look after yourselves.